How's it going, YouTube? Pat Mac here, coach of the Sacramento Sand Slash, playing in Week 7 of the UGA up against KDubs, coach of the California Kinglers. UNT, our team on the left, and their team on the right. Both teams arranged in speed order, as well as the 6 Pokemon that we are bringing, and the 6 Pokemon that I think the California Kinglers would bring to our match. This matchup is pretty terrifying just because of how fast their Pokemon are. We have a way to try to fight against that by bringing Trick Room on our Comfy. However, if we aren't able to get Trick Room up, they probably have speed control because even their slowest Mon, Colossal, is actually super fast, and Noctowl is not very slow either. So their team is very fast, and I think that they can bring a very fast offensive style and could potentially overwhelm us with that game plan. Aside from that, again, our game plan is around getting up Trick Room and kind of going crazy through that. Even like our fastest Pokemon, which I think is actually, actually it's Pikachu actually. Even our fastest Pokemon, Pikachu, is not actually faster than most of the threats that they have. So that's one of the options that we have available to us to try to fight against that. And then of course all the offensive power they have with Inteleon, Urshifu, Thundurus, Togekiss can be offensive, Colossal. I think I mentioned all of them. I don't know. Their whole team has a lot of power. So it's going to be a fun match. Really looking forward to this. And we'll see exactly what Pokemon they decide to bring in just a moment. Okay, so taking a look at his team, it looks like he's brought some things that we were not expecting, actually. No Whimsicott, which is a little bit of a surprise. There is a Haunter, though, so it could be like a Trick Room. Oh my gosh, there's no Thundurus either? Oh, that's so good. That was one of the Pokemon we were very scared of to be able to deal with our Gyarados. So not seeing that is real massive. Okay, aside from that, they have, looks like they have everything else that we thought they would bring. So, okay, so that's good to know. And, okay, so I actually think our best game plan is going to be our Pikachu plus Gyarados. I think it's the best lead that we have against, like Inteleon Corviknight. Or not Inteleon Corviknight, Inteleon Colossal as an example. And then I think we want to have Corviknight plus, I kind of like Torracat here. Maybe not, actually. It's really only good against the Pinsir. Maybe Marowak would be a better play. Not great against the, yeah. Not great against the Inteleon, but it's okay against everything else at least. So anyway, good luck, have fun over to KDubs. It should be a pretty fun game. Been looking forward to this one for a little while now. Okay, let's change up the overlay. We did not bring Comfy. Whoops, this says not bring Comfy. Did not bring Torracat this time either. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Okay, there's the Inteleon Colossal. Okay, I kind of thought that's what they would lead with. So I'm kind of expecting like an Aqua Jet plus a, Aqua Jet plus Max. So I think my game plan is going to be, I could fake out, but I actually kind of like Helping Hand as an option. No, let's go fake out. Let's go fake out. And then we'll Max and set Water and also go after this Colossal. This should be enough to pick up the KO. Even without I don't think we need the Helping Hand to pick up that KO. They could potentially like guard here. I could see that being a potential option. It looks like because there's no Inteleon max, it looks like they are going to max the Colossal, or they're not maxing at all. It's one of those two things, I think. Okay, there's the max. So the Colossal is getting maxed here. Oh man, the little like movements and stuff that characters make in this game is like funny. Love it. Okay, so ideally, if everything goes how we want it to, Colossal dies here. So, okay, there's the Protect. Okay, so that's good to know. In the future, we can look to go after this Colossal a little bit more. Ooh, they double guard. Okay, I'm totally fine with that. Totally okay with that. So I think our game plan is going to be, I kind of like Electroweb here. Yeah, I kind of like Electroweb. Let's get some a little bit of speed control. Or Yeah. Let's and this could like break a sash too, which would be kind of nice to do. And then we are gonna go after the Colossal. So there's the Aquajet, right? This is steam engine, weakness policy, all the whole deal that Colossals do. You know, it's kind of those things that like you get to expect. Okay, so ideally we live this hit. Ideally we live this hit. And we take that like a champ. Wow. That actually didn't even look like it was a 3-hit KO based on how much damage that did, so that's real nice. Okay, so we'll break an Inteleon Sash, which is really what I wanted to do with that move, plus the speed is kind of nice as well. I don't think that we'll have speed control, but we might. We might have speed control here. Okay, do we pick up this KO? And we do. Awesome. And we set up rain, which is also be kind of nice here, so that we don't have to deal with. So we'll get some, get some boost from that. And we are Moxie, right? We didn't see Intimidate, so we'll get that attack boost as well, which is going to be so sweet. And what do they have left over? They have Togekiss. Okay. How do I want to play this turn? Honestly, another Electroweb looks so good here, because we know they're not on weakness policy either. And Steel Spike is like sort of good, but not really that amazing. Having a speed boost would be kind of nice, although we're getting that from Electroweb, so I don't even think we need it. I like going, honestly, I'm just going to go after water with rain. It's one of those times where like I don't think that we need, maybe the defense boost would have been kind of nice because I imagine that there's a Urshifu in the back. So. Okay, and they do elect to preserve some health on the Togekiss, which is okay with me. And we are faster, that's also good to know too, so having gotten that speed drop on the Inteleon is pretty good for us. Maybe it would have been worthwhile to go after the Inteleon. Although I think the Togekiss is probably the bigger threat. So going after that kind of makes some sense from that standpoint. And they do have Snipe Shot. Okay. And this should take us to our Sash. Yeah. Definitely takes us to our Sash. And I kind of like an Electroweb again. And how do I want to play the Gyarados is definitely a question here. We all going to go for... Okay, I think at this point now I can go after the Iron Head into Togekiss. It would be good to know if it's like Babiri Berry. So if we're able to pop that. And that would be just good to know, kind of like game 1 situation as well. So there's the Inteleon picking up the KO. Honestly forgot about the Aquajet. Okay, they are Babiri Berry. That's good to know. So I won't do too much damage. Air Slash, okay. And that shouldn't do too much damage to us either. Yeah. Oh, that was through. That was a crit. Okay. Okay, and I think at this point, Corviknight is looking pretty solid. We do lose our Pikachu. A little sad. And I think I'm going to go for Iron Head. I kind of like splitting the difference between the two of these. Let's go after the Inteleon, and then let's have Gyarados go after the Togekiss. I kind of like that as the play. Inteleon does switch out. Okay, so what is your last Pokemon? It is Urshifu. Okay, so that's good to know. Oh wait, hold on. I think I messed that up. We have that still. That's theirs. So no Haunter and no Pinsir. And it looks like we pick up that KO. Okay, that's good. So Gyarados is going to pick up the kill on Togekiss. Now I kind of wish I'd gone for Brave Bird. Oh, that would have been amazing. Okay, I think the best way for them to play this is going to be like Sucker Punch or just a regular attack on our Gyarados. And then probably like just like kind of a regular attack on the Corviknight is my guess. So I'm gonna go after the Urshifu. I think that's the best play. Pokemon's pretty scary. Maybe I could set up Tailwind actually. Nah, let's go after some damage here. So we'll go after here, and I assume this is dying. But if it's not dying, that'd be kind of nice. Oh, this is the speed boost. Okay, that makes sense. Go after the Corviknight. In rain, that does a lot of extra damage. Ooh, do we take this hit? That's going after the Gyarados. Okay. So, Urshifu KOs the Gyarados, and then we pick up that KO as well. So, core. So they're down to one last Pokemon here, and we get a chance to bring in our Marowak. So I guess the question of how do I want to play this? I think I just need to go for 2 attacks, because they can't KO me. Yeah, they can't KO me. So I think I'll just go Brave Bird, and we go like Bone Meringue. Actually, I don't want to miss in particular, although I don't know if Iron Head does it, so I think I need to go Bone Meringue on it. Like, it's a pretty squishy Pokemon, and we are a Marowak, but I don't know. Sometimes those things get messed up, you know? Who do you go after? You do go after the Marowak. Okay. There was a case to be made for, like, protecting there. But if they did go after the Corviknight, then I think then we might have lost... like, we would have lost both Pokemon there. Okay, so we end up picking up this the first game with a 1-0 victory, which is pretty nice. Any changes I want to make going into the second game? I think I'll definitely think about that in between the games. Nothing stood out as something that I would necessarily want to change. Going into the second game, I think a lot of things that we had were good plays and how we wanted to play around it and good options. I think they switch it up, right? Like, I think they definitely need to change up their game plan, because you saw, like, I don't think they necessarily had a good counterplay to how we led. So maybe it's a matter of, like, expecting them to do something different. What do we do instead? Is going to be how we kind of play out this next game. Okay, so taking a look at their team again, same team from the first game, thinking about how we want to play this any differently, and if they go with the same lead, then I don't think we can necessarily change how we play it. I think going up against this Pikachu Gyarados is a pretty solid combination for us. I think it's possible that they try to change up their game plan, but I'm honestly, like, thinking about, like, what kind of options they have. I'm not 100% sure what they're going to bring to fight the Gyarados, because I honestly thought that the Thundurus that they had on their team would have been the best option up against this. But we have double Lightning Rod Pokemon on our team, so, like, we were here to try to fight against that, you know what I mean? But I still, even then, I still thought that it would have been a good Pokemon for them to bring, and it would have been a little hard for us to deal with. So we'll have to see how they either keep or change up their game plan going into this next game. Because I don't think we need to change our plan, especially after having won that first game. Like, we don't need to try to over-predict what kind of things that they might do or anything like that. So I think we just kind of keep the same plan that we had for game 1 going into the second game as well. And let's see if they switch things up or not. I'll let them try to figure out a way to beat our Pikachu Gyarados start. They do switch it up. Okay, so they go for Haunter this time. And Inteleon. Haunter and Inteleon. Okay, I think the is it crazy to try to max our Pikachu here? Because I think the Inteleon is maxing right now. Well, unless they double up, I don't think. Yeah, never mind. I'm just gonna give you the same game plan, and I think this time I'm not gonna try to set the rain right now. I think I'm gonna go after this Inteleon though. There's like the potential they try to go after like Trick Room with Haunter for some reason, but I can't see why they would. So we'll just Airstream, we'll get some speed boosts, drop theirs and raise ours. Okay, and they're not going for a max, unless, I don't think Haunter would be one of the one maxing here. Oh, I think Haunter gets ally switch, right? Does it get ally switch? That'd be a little upset. That'd be a little upsetting. And there's no way we're faster than the Inteleon, right? So I don't think that they maxed at all. U-turn, interesting. Okay. So that's to like break Sash while keeping that Pokemon around. That makes a lot of sense. Interesting. Okay, I should write down. So we know we've seen all of their moves now. So they have, okay, and there's the Togekiss. That's totally fine with me. Doesn't do very much damage, but that's okay. Ooh, I'm really starting to think that this this Haunter's going for Trick Room right now. What's their last Pokemon? Urshifu maybe? Pinsir? Will-O-Wisp. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay. Okay, so we do have a little bit of a different style coming out this game. Do I want to Electro Web again? I kind of do. And do I want to... Now I could Rockfall, right? And KO this Togekiss also. Let's do that. So Rockfall, and then we should be able to pick up the KO on the Togekiss here. And then what's their Dynamax target going to be? Could it be Urshifu in the late game? Maybe it's Urshifu in the late game. They also did bring Will-O-Wisp, and Will-O-Wisp is pretty good against the team that we brought, actually. So we may need to try to go after this Haunter a little bit more than we have been to try to reduce that that issue. Okay, so it looks like the game plan is just to stall out our Dynamax, which I respect, right? I think that makes a lot of sense. And this Rockfall, I don't think it KOs, especially since we're burned now. Yeah, that does so little damage. Oh my gosh. Is this like a physically defensive Togekiss? It might be. This might be a physically defensive Togekiss here. Nightshade, okay. Interesting. Okay, so we'll go with the same game plan that we had for this last turn. I don't think anything has changed for us here. So Electro Web again and Rockfall again. Yeah, let's Rockfall again. Oh, I did say I wanted to go after this Haunter a little bit more. Maybe I can go after it with Marowak. If we get enough speed drops on it, maybe Marowak would be faster than it. Oh wait, it's got Levitate. Okay, so ground move is probably not a good call. I'm pretty sure it's got Levitate. Yeah, it's got Levitate. Okay. And I think that we pick up a KO on Togekiss here with our Gyarados. So we'll be able to like kind of mitigate some of the burn effects by getting some damage boosts, which would be pretty nice. I think they've done a really good job of stalling out our Dynamax though. Like, that's pretty impressive. And then we do lose Pikachu here as well. Yeah, so I think that their Togekiss did a really good job of stalling out our Dynamax, which is, like, that's definitely saying something, to have been able to deal with that. And I don't really think they have a great way of fighting up against this Corviknight, so we're going to bring that in. Okay, so how do we want to deal with this Haunter? Oh, they did bring Pinsir. Interesting. Okay, so no Colossal and no Urshifu. Okay, makes me think that they're going after, like, they're Dynamaxing the Pinsir, which I think I'm going to Brave Bird it, and I'm also going to bounce and go after it as well. It's very interesting. Like, one thing that I wasn't expecting to see Pinsir for this matchup because of how much flying I have on my team. Like, between Gyarados, oh, they're not maxing it. Are they gonna late game max the Inteleon maybe? Swords Dance. Oh, okay. I wonder if it can survive a hit from our Corviknight here. Ah, Koba Berry. Okay, okay. How much damage do we do to you? Okay, we do a bit. That's nice. So we do know it's also Koba Berry on that. And there's the Will-O-Wisp coming out on the Corviknight. So that's going to reduce some of the damage output that we have. But again, we are faster. Oh, no, our Corviknight isn't faster now. Maybe it's worthwhile for me to set up Tailwind here. I wonder if it's worthwhile for me to set up Tailwind. I think it might be worthwhile. In fact, let's do that, because I think this is going to be worthwhile for our Marowak in the later stages of the game. Oh, okay, that's cool. So there's the ally switch that we thought existed on the Haunter at least, and ooh, that's very close to picking up that KO. Oh, that was a crit. Okay, Rock Slide. Oh, we avoid the attack on Gyarados. That's huge, because that would have done a lot of damage to us. That's real massive. Okay, how do we want to play this now? I could see another ally switch coming out. I don't know if I want to use Bounce again. Don't know if I necessarily want to use Bounce. Because we're going to keep getting chipped away from the damage here. I kind of like... So I'm going to Brave Bird. I'm going to Brave Bird the Haunter slot this time. And I think I'm going to... Stone Edge the Pinsir slot. No, because Bounce is just so good here. Yeah, we're going to use Bounce again. We'll just go after the slot where Pinsir is. Okay, so it looks like there's no ally switch this time. So we will pick up a KO on the Haunter, which is going to be nice. I kind of wish maybe I should have gone after the Pinsir this time. All the ally switch mind games, you know? So Corp picks up the KO on Haunter. Wow, a double miss? What the heck? How are we avoiding these? Like, that move is not that inaccurate. Those should be hitting. Like, we have way more health than we should have right now on our Corviknight. Well, I guess we were able to avoid it with the avoid it this turn with our Gyarados just because we're not hittable, basically. Okay, there's the Inteleon, and at this point, like, I could Roost here, and that could be a way to kind of prolong and keep ourselves healthy. I think or we could also try to get out some damage on the Inteleon. I think that's probably a better call for us. It's definitely going to max. And I think it's a question of, like, what do they decide to go after? If they have Protect on Pinsir, I think we see it here. Because we'll be able to pick up the KO with our Gyarados. So if they have that as an option, I think it happens now. And I think that Atelion could go after the Gyarados, knowing that we're going to come down and get off an attack before they do. So Gyarados is going to pick up the KO on Pinsir. Okay, and they do after the Corviknight, actually. And let me update our overlay here. Okay, so we lose Corviknight here. And now we have Marowak. So how do I want to play this turn? I kind of like the idea of going for a Detect. God, do I die through a Detect? I probably still do, honestly. Although, if I'm able to delay this a turn, that might be a better call, too. And then I think I go Bounce, and we go after the Inteleon. Oh, you know what? I wonder how they go after it with a max card. Oh, so I guess like this doesn't mean anything for us now. Although Bounce is very good, because we'll spring up, and we know that they will not be able to block it next turn. I should have looked to see if... oh, Tailwind doesn't now. Okay, that's good to know. And... I'm debating between trying for a double Detect and going for damage. I think the best case scenario is for us to go for damage. If they go after the Gyarados and we protect this turn, like that would be a pretty terrible situation. Oh, we're still faster even outside of Tailwind. Do we have a speed boost? We might. We 100% die from this. Yeah. Okay, and then so we're gonna... Oh, we have lost Corviknight. And we've lost Marowak. And they're out of... Okay, that's good to know. Centurion KOs Marowak. Can I kill them with a hit here? From like a waterfall? I'm going to try for it. Stone Edge having a chance of missing isn't particularly something that I want to have happen. That doesn't do enough. I think we die from a snipe shot. If we don't, it's going to be close. Wow. Oh, okay. I think... Ooh, could we live another one? Do I risk the waterfall? Do I risk the waterfall? Or do I go for Stone Edge? I think I have to go for the kill this turn. Because if I... Yeah. Oh, we do go for... Okay. Do we connect? And it does look like we pick up the KO. Okay. All right. So I didn't actually do a very good job of talking through my thought process right there. Here was the idea. I could go for a bounce. Or I could kind of sit there and let them use a snipe shot on me. One thing I was a little concerned about was if I bounced and then I got off my attack, they would of course protect that turn. And then the next turn they could use a Aqua Jet. And I was a little concerned that with the burn damage plus the Aqua Jet, it might be enough to kill me and then I lose that match. And so I think I needed to risk the chance that the Stone Edge could miss so that I did enough damage to KO them. If I went for a Waterfall, then I don't think it killed them. Then the Snipe Shot plus like burn damage and Aqua Jet would be enough to KO me. So that was kind of the thought process that I didn't explain in the moment because like there's a timer, right? Like I need to make the decision, but I get a chance to talk about afterwards. So, but that was like kind of the thought process behind that very last decision where I was a little torn because you may have been looking at it like, dude, why don't you going for Stone Edge, right? Or might have had an idea of a different plan, or why not go for bounce? A little concerned about the bounce being protected against and then coming out to kill me with an Aqua Jet, right? Because they did have that priority move we saw earlier in the game. Either way, really well played from KDubs here in his California Kinglers. I thought it was a really well played match. The first turn, I felt like we had a very good plan going into that, and we saw it, right? It really worked out exactly how we'd planned on dealing with it. Second game, Whew, that was scary. They're playing around and being able to Starlord Dynamax and getting those burns off with Haunter were very clutch. I was not sure if that Gyarados was going to be able to come in and deal with things. One thing I want to say is a shout out to the I think it's the Lord Helix League Discord. I asked for a little bit of help on prep for this week, and I forget who it was. This is one of those things I wish I remembered. But someone suggested that I go Moxie on Gyarados instead of Intimidate. I originally had Intimidate because if the Colossal was physical, there was a chance that it KO'd me on a weakness policy through Dynamax if I wasn't Chardy Berry. So I wanted that as an option, and they were like, dude, you got Torracat, you'll be fine. If you notice it after game 1, then you can switch up your play so that you can fight it in game 2. I was like, and he was right. He was 100% right. So we switched over to Moxie, and that was massive. I think Moxie played in a very important role for us in this last match. That had we not had that, I don't think we win game 2, and then we're trying to work toward playing game 3. And Moxie was really big in the first game too, actually. I think Gyarados picked up like 2 or 3 kills. And so getting those Moxie boosts to be able to snowball through the game were really important too. So anyway, that was quite a bit of talking at the end of the match. Thanks for sticking with me on it. If you're looking for some more singles content or doubles content, either one, we do a lot of Draft League content here. This is the place to be. Like, subscribe, stick around, and we'll catch you on the next one.